You're watching Rapunzel.
Once a carpenter and his wife prayed for a little child in their life. Someone would enter their lonely world. The wife would give birth to a baby girl.
Oh.
The wife would stand at her window for hours, staring at a garden full of flowers. The flowers, the plants, the fragrance so rich. Alas, the garden belonged to a witch. She asked her husband for a treat, the magic lettuce she'd want to eat.
Oh no.
The terrified husband said,
The witch will hurt me really bad.
The wife said, I'll get weak and fall, but I won't eat anything at all. The carpenter really had no choice. He entered the garden without making noise. He stole a lettuce and fed his wife. She felt so happy and alive. She hadn't tasted such food before, so she wanted to have some more. Again he climbed the garden wall, but he slipped and had a big fall. The witch heard the sound and got curious. She came and saw him and got furious. The husband begged her for his life.
I just wanted some lettuce for my wife.
Why should I let you go? She said. The carpenter saw his doom ahead. The carpenter begged her to let him go. Whatever she wanted, he would do so. The witch said, All right, let's make a deal, and you can have lettuce for every meal.
Oh.
You can have a baby girl, it's fine, and your baby from that day will be mine. The carpenter got very scared and ran, and never looked at the garden again. Soon the wife had a baby girl with golden hair glowing like a pearl. The carpenter made a tower so tall, and on top of it he made a big hole. The witch won't be able to cast her spell. That's how he'd save his little girl. The witch saw the tower in her magic ball, and she was able to know it all. She magically put both of them to sleep, so that their daughter was hers to keep. The witch climbed the tower and saw the little girl. She named the baby Rapunzel. She grew up to be beautiful and fair. The best thing was her long magical hair. Each day the witch came to visit her there. She asked Rapunzel to let down her hair. The witch used her hair to climb to the top. She came by daily, she never stopped. Rapunzel would sit staring out her window. What to do, she just didn't know. The birds would sing to make her feel better. She wanted to go out, but the witch wouldn't let her. One day a prince was passing through the woods. He heard Rapunzel sing and thought she was good. He wanted to get close to the voice, but the poor prince didn't have a choice. He wanted to know the source of the sound. He wanted to go up, so he looked around. checked the tower with a heart full of hope, but neither a staircase nor was there a rope. He heard a noise and hid behind a tree, and from there everything he could see.
Oh!
The witch looked at the window up there. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair. He went up using Rapunzel's golden plate. Smiling the prince, he decided to wait. When the witch left, the prince went over there.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
She thought the witch had come back so soon. It was a beautiful night with the full moon. She let down her hair and saw it was a switch. The prince came up instead of the witch. Rapunzel got angry at the prince and asked him to leave the tower at once.
Oh!
She hadn't met anyone except the prince. She was born and locked up ever since. The prince told Rapunzel about himself. He asked her to speak of herself. The prince saw that her story was dim. He asked her to come out with him. Although Rapunzel didn't know what to say, they became friends from that very day. Each day when the witch left the tower, the prince climbed up with a beautiful flower. The songs of the birds had a new melody. The joy on Rapunzel's face they could see. A new greenery was seen on the trees. There blew a cool and refreshing breeze. One day the witch learned about the prince. She got angry and lost sleep ever since. One day the prince went with a rose so red, but up there he found the witch instead. Oh, you want to steal my Rapunzel from me? Now from this day you shall never see. The prince went blind and was left in the jungle. Rapunzel blamed herself for the struggle. And when Rapunzel couldn't take it anymore, for her sorrow she could only see one cure. She wasn't scared of the witch's tricks. She left the tower to look for her prince. After spending many days in the jungle, her body was weak, her walk was a stumble. One day she found the prince blind and weak. A tear rolled down her beautiful cheek. As her tears fell into his eyes, a magical spell was cast into the sky. By the magic the witch's tower burned. Then the prince's eyesight returned. The prince on his beautiful horse carried her to his great kingdom where he married her. Reunited with her prince again, Rapunzel could barely her joy contain. They were so happy to have found each other. Together they lived truly happy forever.
Hey there! You're watching The Lion and the Mouse.
The king of the jungle, the lion, once sat under a tree to dine. He ate a lot and sleepy he got, so he took a nap to be fine. The scurrying and scampering mouse came to play out of his house. Under the tree, around the bush, he started to sniff and browse. He sang tum-ta-tum, he danced tum-ta-tum. He got so lost and just forgot to see what was in front of him. He thought the lion was made of stone, and even though he was alone, he started jumping on the line and didn't even notice his groan. The lion woke from his sleep and roared aloud and deep. He caught and shook the tiny mouse. The mouse began to weep. He said, "Almighty lion, I know the fault is mine, but if you let me go, I just want you to know that I will help you back in time." The lion laughed really loud and said,
Little boy, you should be proud. With a body so small, but a claim so tall, your courage is high as a cloud. I have a very big doubt of what you are talking about. I'll let you live, I'll let you go. Go ahead, little monster, get out.
The mouse ran fast from there. He fell twice, but he did not care. The lion saw him run and thought it was fun that he gave the mouse a good scare. The lion was once roaming around. Not a single prey he found. He just saw a rabbit, and as per his habit, he sneaked without making a sound. But oh my God, what a shock. As soon as he stepped on a rock, he got stuck in a net and he could not get out, and tick-tock went the clock. He got scared and started to cry. I thought he was going to die. But then to his surprise, he couldn't believe his eyes. The mouse came jumping by. He said, "My king, don't be scared. Because of the hunter you've been snared. Do not have a doubt, I will get you out, because once my life you had spared." He started nibbling on the net. The lion was covered in sweat. With razor-sharp teeth, the net beneath was cut and they ran like a jet. The lion said,
My dear friend, I thought that it was the end, but you came along with your teeth so strong and proved that on you I can depend.
So friends, the lesson for you all: just because someone is small, don't disrespect, and remember the fact he may one day save us from a fall.
Hey there! You're watching the Hare and the Tortoise.
The story of the hare and the tortoise. They were an unusual pair. While the hare was sleeping, the tortoise was creeping, but still they made a good pair. Once two friends planned to race. Once two friends planned to race. The hare and the tortoise planned to race, and everyone came to watch their race. The hare asked the tortoise to run. The hare asked the tortoise to run. The brave tortoise agreed for the race, and soon they entered the race. All the animals came to see them run. With a whistle, the race begun. The tortoise seemed happy, steady and slow. With a smile, he went with the flow. Speedy Hare really loved to run, but the tortoise did not run. The tortoise was very, very, very slow, and far, far he had to go. The hare thought the tortoise would be creeping, so he found a place for sleeping. Down the road and around the green, green tree. Who will win? Let us see. The tortoise goes at a steady pace, very slow but still in the gaze. Slow and steady, he kept on going. Finally he came first in the race. Give the steady tortoise a great big cheer. Hip hip hooray and never fear. The hare wakes up late, just too late, and the gritty tortoise has won the race.
Hey there! You're watching the Three Little Pigs.
Hey! Stop! This is my story. I am the big bad wolf. Hey! Hey! Stop that! Stop pushing me out!
Three little pigs went out one day, over the hills and far away. They wanted to build their houses that day. First lazy pig built a house made of hay. The other pigs thought it would surely fall, but the first pig didn't care at all. He didn't want to work all day, he wanted to dance and play. Three little pigs went out one day, over the hills and far away. The second piggy made a house of sticks, but it wasn't as strong as bricks. The third pig thought it would surely fall, but the second piggy didn't care at all. He didn't want to work all day, he wanted to sing and play. Three little pigs went out one day, over the hills and far away. The third piggy made a house of bricks, as they were stronger than sticks. Then came a wolf who was big, really big and really bad. He was really hungry and mad, he was really very mad. Three little pigs saw the wolf and ran away. They got scared and ran inside, slammed their doors and hid away. The first pig, he got a knock on his door. The big bad wolf knocked at his door. The wolf said, "Little piggy, won't you let me in? Open the door and let me in." "Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin," said little piggy, "I won't let you in." The wolf said, "I will huff and puff, and I'll blow your house of hay in." The first piggy ran to the house of sticks, as the wolf was up to his tricks. The wolf said, "Little pigs, won't you let me in? Open the door and let me in." "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chin, big bad wolf, we won't let you in." The wolf said, "I will huff and puff, and I'll blow your house of sticks in." Both pigs raced to the house of bricks, as they were scared of the wolf's tricks. The big bad hungry wolf came around, but they were safe and sound. The wolf said, "Little pigs, won't you let me in? Open the door and let me in." "Not by the hair on our chinny chin chin," said the little pigs, "we won't let you in." The big bad wolf puffed and puffed, and he tried all his tricks, but he could not blow down the third house that was made of bricks. were safe from his tricks. In the strong house made of bricks, the three little pigs ran out that day, as they were free to laugh and play.
Little Red Riding Hood, walking alone in the woods. She came upon the big bad wolf while walking in the woods. They both talked for a while she was walking with the pie. Little Red Riding Hood, walking alone in the woods. Little Red Riding Hood, I don't think that little girls should go walking in the spooky wookie woods, said the hungry big bad wolf. To see my grandma, she lives at the edge of the woods, and I will go as fast as I could, said Little Red Riding Hood. Little Red Riding Hood put herself in a great danger, as it was bad to talk to a hairy, scary stranger. Stopped to pick flowers in the woods. The wolf ran over the mossy ground to a shortcut he had found. The big bad wolf knocks at the door. Old grandma opens the door. He quickly pounced on her and he gobbled her up as a whole. The big bad wolf got into bed and put Grandma's cap on his head, got under the covers of Grandma's bed and waited for Little Red. Little Red Riding Hood reached Grandma's house in the woods, but to her big surprise, the wolf was dressed in a disguise. Shouts for help in the woods. A woodcutter walking through the woods hears a cry of Red Riding Hood. A woodcutter comes to help her and knocks down the sleeping wolf. The wolf opened his mouth to shout. Old Grandma from his mouth jumped out. The big bad wolf ran away to the big spooky woods. Little Red Riding Hood runs out to play in the woods. Little Red Riding Hood saved by the woodcutter in the woods and learned not to talk to any stranger, as it might put her in danger.
Hey there! You're watching The Boy Who Cried Wolf!
wolf is chasing my sheep. The people of the village ran to his help, but there was no wolf from whom they could help. Where is the wolf? We will scare it away. There is no wolf, said the boy at play. Ha 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 ha. After a few days he did it again. To have some fun he tried it again. Once more the villagers ran to help, but there was no wolf from whom they could help. Ha 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 ha. One day when the boy was tending his flock, suddenly a wolf came and jumped on his flock. The boy got scared and cried out loud, "The big bad wolf is chasing my sheep. The big bad wolf is chasing my sheep." The wolf is chasing my flock of sheep. It's not a lie and it's not a trick. I need your help to save my sheep. The big bad wolf is chasing my sheep. The big bad wolf is chasing my sheep. But having lied so many times, no one believed him this one time. The boy cried out, but nobody came. The villagers thought it was a silly, stupid game. They thought it was a silly, stupid game. The people of the village ignored him, and there was no one to help him. The moral of the story is to never lie, as no one would believe you when you lie. No one would believe you when you lie.
Yoo-hoo! Please click to subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get updates on our new videos.